What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well. This is going to be our weekly review, and yeah, let's dive straight into things. So you can see that last week we traded down very beautifully into our south side liquidity 60-day target, which I delineated nicely, and then there was some quite nice setups last week as well, which we will break down, as you can see, on dollar and then on GBP and euro too. But yeah, nonetheless, you can see we're already off to quite a big start on the week, and as much as the fact that we've taken out this south side liquidity, this 60-day low, I am expecting some kind of pullback into the midpoint of the range. So I've got my eyes definitely set on this range, but I don't want to make the charts too messy as of now. So let's get rid of a few things. And before we get into the nuts and bolts of things, I do want to show my positions as to how we traded last week. So if you watch last week's videos, you'll know that I wanted to enter on Thursday with the expectation to run up to this buy side liquidity, and we did run out that, and then we eventually got over our original Sunday opening price on Monday, and now we've traded quite nicely, so I exited there. But the setup formed at 3 a.m. just as I expected. I held onto my position. I was then confident that price wasn't going to drop back below here. Again, if you watch last week's videos, you'll know. And then I simply just held because I knew I was anticipating this Sunday opening to get ran, and it did get ran. Now I should have technically closed my position here, but I realized I left it open and closed it up here. And when I say left it open, I mean this is the demo trade, right? So I tend just to reflect what I'm doing in my demo from what I'm doing on MetaTrader. But anyway, my point is, the movement was very accurate. The relative equal highs, remember I drew our attention to these. Everything from last week played out pretty clean, and it's just nice to see price deliver like that. So yeah, very interesting week last week, and we do have non-farm payroll this week, so we do need to be very wary of that and be careful where our attention is lying, and really think about where our next drawn liquidity is and what price is going to aim to do. So I'm going to get rid of a few more things. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm not going to get rid of this low because it's still significant that we've taken it out. And what I am going to do is I'm going to get these daily dividers marked out again. Now, apologies, I am a bit quieter today. That's because I am not in my office that I usually am. But the grind does not stop. So let's get that Sunday opening midnight there, and then let's get Monday Tuesday opening there, and we'll get Tuesday marked out as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mark out now the Sunday opening price, and you can see it's very close to where we opened last week, which is interesting. And then let's go back up to the weekly and think about what we're expecting. Now, I am going to clear the charts on here just because, I don't want it to be too messy. I am going to keep this low marked out because it's significant. I'm also going to keep this high marked out because it's significant. And it just gives us our trading range. Even though we've taken out this low, it gives us our current trading range. And things like the midpoint are going to be very high interest points for us, because this is the 60-day high, 60-day high, 60-day low, this is the 60-day midpoint, right? So that means it should be a very interesting draw for potential liquidity, potentially this week. So let's get that delineated, make that thicker. And another thing I want you to draw attention to is this gap that we have as well. So let's get that delineated. We've got this gap, volume imbalance right here. I did just have it marked out in orange between here and here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this up just like a fair value gap, and I'm looking at the midpoint. And moving into the rest of the week, I do not want to see price go below that midpoint, as that would tell me, once we drop down to the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour, if price fails to go below that midpoint, I'll be happy to expect price to roll on higher and start pushing up towards this midpoint of the trading range, which also happens to be this where this mitigation, so to speak, is this down close. But more so the fact that it's the midpoint is what's drawing me. And technically there is a massive fair value gap here. Let's not forget, between this low and this high, this is all a significant fair value gap. So it'd be nice to see if we can trade up into that. And then obviously this is a bearish order block. These two up close candles, so trading into that is another reason why I want to see price trade up to there. But more so, I'm just looking to see if price can target this. So I'm going to make this blue because that's our premium PD array on the weekly that I'm expecting price to want to trade up to. And then again, this gap, I want to see it get respected ideally. At a stretch, we can look at this range right from this close right down to this close, and look at this midpoint at a stretch. You know, there's another midpoint there. And as we drop down to lower time frames, we'll see what's more aligned with our bias. But generally speaking, I'm looking for price to respect the more, you know, recent one. Now, do mind, it is non-farm payroll week, so all of my trading is going to get done by Wednesday, if at all. Just because it tends to get messy on Thursday, and then obviously Friday we don't trade NFP. So what's happened so far? Well, you can see Monday we've had another expansion to the upside. We've taken out this down close candle, which now makes this a bullish order block, which makes it sensitive to price. So again, in the new day, as we drop down into this discount, and I'm looking at the discount off yesterday's range. If we drop down below that 50% level, I'm looking for potential longs if we respect that. And I want to see price use that to then trade higher on the last end of the week to start pushing up to that premium. We will go to the 4 hour. You can see we've already gapped quite interestingly. And you see, this is what I'm talking about. Remember, this line was the midpoint of the full gap. Let's go back up to the weekly just so I can show you again. I'm looking at this entire range. So as we go down to the 1 hour, this line is the midpoint of that. It'd be nice to see if price can come and tap down into there. So I'm no longer expecting us to hit the midpoint of this little volume imbalance range. I'm expecting the whole gap from the weekly. This whole gap between this close and this open, this whole gap. That's what I'm paying close attention to. So now what I'm going to mark out is I'm going to make this my discount PD array. That's the way I want to see price move to. And moving into Tuesday, I want to see if price can tap down into that, and then I want to see it turn around. And it's also a fair value gap, and it's 50% of that fair value gap. Voila, you can't make that stuff up. So hopefully you're starting to see how I'm thinking, how my mind's moving. We will go to the 1 hour, 15 minute at the lowest. Again, looking at that fair value gap, we've already capped lower. So moving into tomorrow, I want to see us roll down into that discount. And then let's also look at the Sunday opening price, which is all the way over. I didn't realize we opened all the way over here. Now, we've had multiple weeks very recently where we don't even drop back below the Sunday opening price. So I'm not going to pay too much close attention in that. I'm not going to, you know, stress over it the way I usually do in expecting us to run both sides of it. Just because, one, it stresses me out, and two, like, we've seen multiple weeks now where price doesn't necessarily have to take it. So we just need to take that into account. Sorry, the Sunday opening price is all the way over here. And you can see we've already messed about below there on Monday. So it's potential that Monday has made the low, but again, non-farm payroll week, I don't want to say too much too soon. But generally speaking, moving into tomorrow, I want to see us run this fair value gap. And then, and only then, do I want to see us target Monday's high, maybe on Tuesday's, on Wednesday, but we will talk about that in tomorrow's video. But until then, right now, I have my eyes set on this fair value gap, and I want to see this get targeted in tomorrow. And then I want to see us turn around within there. That would be ideal. So that's everything on dollar. I hope that all makes sense. But I'm supposed to push into there and then not spend too much time and try and crawl out of there, basically. As I believe there is going to be a continuation to the upside, and where we can start thinking about our premiums. Let's now head on to GBP USD, and you'll see again my position. We went short 3 a.m. on the Wednesday. Was it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? No, sorry, it was on the Thursday. And I was expecting us to run out of that Sunday opening price. We didn't touch it until Friday, at the very end of Friday as well. But we did run it, and then I just closed my position after. But again, we knew price was going to reverse. Why? Because we expected the high to get made on the Tuesday. Remember, we failed to take out any high on a Wednesday. It got to Thursday. We still hadn't run that Sunday opening price. So I targeted it, and that's what happened. So that's the way I worked my way through that week. And I will try and make a separate video this week to go into more detail about that. But if you were following along and you've been watching my videos daily, you'll understand how I got to the conclusion that, okay, we're safe to go short, and this is what we can target. And we're going to use the same similar logic. You know, we use the same logic pretty much every week, guys. So if I'm expecting, you know, a push deeper into the range on dollar in terms of the trading range into the 50% level, we need to be conscious that we do want that on the pound as well. So again, this is a significant 60-day high, And then this is a significant 60-day low. And yes, we've just ran it, but I'm still going to look at the trading range from the 60 days. And I'm looking at this 50% level similarly as a draw on liquidity. Because price likes to return to equilibrium. If you study price, you'll see how often it likes to return to that equilibrium. And it helps with knowing where the potential draw on liquidities are. Now, another thing is this massive wick we have from last week. We can use this. And you know I love to split up a wick. So what I'm going to look at, I've got the 50% level. I think that might be a bit of a push. 25% level, I do like the look of. So let's get these delineated. 25% level, 50% level. 50% level is a push, but 25% level, if we can trade up into that, I'd expect price to want to turn around at it. So I'm expecting moving into Tuesday and potentially Wednesday, I want to see some bullish price action in line with dollar dropping. And remember, I want to see if we can push up into this fair value gap. And that's where I'd be looking for potential shorting opportunities to then roll over later in the week and start pushing to where? Towards our liquidity. We've created this bearish order block today. Remember, as soon as we trade through this low, that then activates this as a bearish order block. That is a change in the state of delivery right there. Now, we haven't closed below it, so it's not clean. It's not too clean. But nonetheless, we've run out that low. So we should be treating this as a bearish order block, which means, again, we look at it 50% level. And you see that happens line up with our, you know, in the middle of the consequent encroachment from the wick. But let's go down to the 4 hour, see what we can find. Again, taking out these lows, it'd be nice to see if we can rally, continue trading higher, high resistance up into this range. We've got a nice fair value gap inside of a fair value gap. So there's reason, there's price there, there's pricing, there's a potential draw on liquidity there for price to want to trade up into that. Let's go to the 1 hour. And I want to see if price can wander into there. And then I'm going to be checking its reaction. How fast, how long are we spending there? How fast does it want to turn around out of there? And do we get a break on market structure out the back of it? Is it on the back of news? You know, we have high impact news. So is it at 10 a.m. that we reach it? And if it's not 10 a.m., then we'll probably target there for 10 a.m. So it's very possible we might roll lower and then we haven't even traded up into this premium and then we don't see it get hit till Tuesday or Wednesday. We have to think about all of these options. But my point is, this is where I'd expect price to want to turn around to or draw to either later in the week. If we don't touch this for the whole week, it's going to trade to it later. If it touches it now, then I want to see us reverse on the back of it and trade on lower and start expecting us to push into the discount towards our equilibrium. But yeah, very interesting nonetheless. And then I'm looking at mitigation again, high, low, lower, high, displacement. Look at the low of that. It lines up with the fair value gap high. So that would be mitigation. But again, hopefully we can get more technical in tomorrow's video. So I hope that all makes sense, guys. I'm going to bring this video to an end very shortly. I'm going to quickly just talk on euro as well. Sorry, go on the weekly real quick. I do want to clear the charts. But similarly, again, we're looking at this large wick that we had. We're looking at 25% level. This is the highest I want to see price trade. It's allowed to reach 50% level, but 25% level would be ideal. And then I want to see us trade lower and start running back into this range. You know, I'm looking at the trading range. Yes, we've wicked above it. I'm looking at the 50% level because I'm looking at volume mainly. And although I want to have these levels marked out, it doesn't have to go to it precisely, but that's where the draw is, and that helps us with getting on the right side of the market. Again, it'd be nice to see if we can rally a little bit, maybe into this fair value gap. Euro's looking a little bit weaker, so we do need to be conscious of that. But other than that, I do want to see some kind of up close day tomorrow. We've got some beautiful relative equal highs up here, so it'd be interesting to see if those get swept. We do have some high impact news as well, so Euro might want to run that and then potentially pull back and then start pulling towards these lows. But again, if we fail to take out those highs and we just keep rolling on lower now, then I'll target higher premium PDRAs later in the week. It's as simple as that. But that's going to be everything, guys. Hope that makes sense. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, join the mailing list, join the Discord. All the links will be in the description. Turn on post notification, and I will be back tomorrow. I'll be talking a lot louder, and we can really delve into price action. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.